sir, we can start now.
Okay, you're live.
Okay. Very good morning to all of you present here. And the first thing I would like to say is wish you a very happy new year. We have a very fruitful year ahead. And we have with us Professor Rupesh. And I would request our Dean, Dr. Pijal Zaveri, to please go ahead and introduce to all of you the guest for today's webinar.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sapna Madam. First of all, welcome for this webinar series at Faculty of Management Studies, and Happy New Year, Bhavesh sir. All the students of Faculty of Management Studies, today's moderator, Dr. Sapna Chauhan. And for question answer, we are having also one more faculty member from Faculty of Management Studies, Tushar Pradhan sir, who is also expert in area of operation and logistics supply chain management. Today's session that is based on a supply chain management in e-commerce industry, and looking to the so many new dimensions that now totally our entire different industry also looking for the IT support for any dimension. So how this is most important in a supply chain and logistics, that is a crucial area. As just I would like to share, Bhavesh sir, also that sir, we are planning to start a new specialization in operation management. Already we are having one batch has been passed out, and project management and logistic and supply chain management. So those who want to make their career in a specific core area, I think they will get an opportunity to learn from your session that how they can plan for this specific specialization in area of supply chain and logistics.
Absolutely.
Before that, I would like to give a brief introduction about Rupesh Kumar Sisodia sir. Sir is having a total 10 years of experience plus 7 years of teaching experience from Dalmia Institute of Management Studies and Research, as well as KJ Somaiya Institute of Management and Studies and Research. Apart from that, sir is having a core area of expertise in operations, supply chain logistics. Apart from that, sir is pursuing PhD from Mumbai University in the same area. So definitely the expertise in area of just the core area of supply chain logistic management, that would be much more beneficial to all the students. Apart from that, industrial job responsibilities by sir, that is in area of production planning and coordination. Then served as an ISO 9001 at Global Standard 2008 coordinator. Apart from that, experience in area of purchase and coordination planning and designing of packaging material, RM and PM inventory control, handling complaint note of supplied RM and PM and engineering goods. So this is industry experience is also in a various prominent institutes as operation executive and production and planning control officer. So definitely, sir, your experience in area of education and industry, that will be much more beneficial to our students. We would like to make a long-term association in this area because this is a prominent area, and we are looking to experts, faculty members, guidance in this area. So definitely, students will get lots of knowledge from your session. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sapna madam. Okay. I would like to hand over to Rupesh sir.
Yeah, okay. Bijal ma'am, thank you very much for the brief introduction. Thank you so much. Okay, today my topic for this webinar is supply chain management in the e-commerce industry. So, ma'am, can we have the PPT on? Sapna ma'am?
Yes, just we
Yeah.
will convey. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
would you like me to share the PPT?
Yeah, ma'am, if possible, because I don't have
Yeah,
PPT
sure.
on this laptop, please.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I
So-
started sharing, sir.
Yeah, okay, I can see it. I don't know why.
Can
Okay,
you
it would-
take a moment, sir?
yeah, no worries, no worries. Okay, so welcome you all. Thank you very much for taking time from the first morning of the year 2022 and giving me the time. Also, I thank Sapna ma'am, Bijal ma'am, as well as the Parul University for giving me this opportunity to present my thoughts on supply chain management and in the e-commerce industry with you all. So it was pleasure being with you all, and I would like to start my talk with the I can say, what is e-commerce. I want to tell about what is e-commerce. E-commerce is nothing but whatever you are sharing, whatever you are maybe the buying, selling, coordinating, maybe sometime information sharing, all those things, whatever the commerce activity happening online or the electronic media, that is called as the e-commerce, right? And what is supply chain management? Ma'am, can I have the PPT? Yeah, okay. PPT is coming up. So next is, okay, what is supply chain management? Supply chain management is nothing but the different entities which are coordinating each other to deliver the product or a service to the customer, right? Those may be the supplier, those may be the manufacturer, distributor, wholesaler, and retailer. All these entities are working together, having the similar goal or the same goal to provide the product to the customer or end customer and generate the revenue. It is also called as the unique combination of the entities, which is creating the value everywhere, or which is creating the value at each and every stage. And that is why it is also called as the value stream or the value chain. I have given you the definition of the e-commerce as well as the supply chain. So combining both are the, I can say, the industry revolution today, right? So let us understand how the supply chain evaluated from 1910 till date. Okay. This is the definition of e-commerce coming again. Yeah, what I have talked about, e-commerce refers to any form of a business transaction conducted online. Yeah, most of the popular example of the e-commerce is nothing but what we are buying online, right? Nowadays, I can say when I was doing my research on my PhD, and I have seen that there is a great amount of shift from offline retailing to the online retailing. And during the pandemic it went like anything. It went like anything. And you can see, if you are not buying everything online, but most of the thing what you are buying offline also, you would like to pay through online media, right? By GPay or by Paytm, or those are also the part of the e-commerce, because you are, some of the activity what you are doing in the commerce, those are the part of the e-commerce. So buying and selling, the final transaction happening online, and that is why it is partially e-commerce, we can say, talk about, right? So defined as the buying and selling of goods via the internet or any device. So when this e-commerce started, so it started, I can say, around 1995, when the internet were available with the companies, right? Where the companies were placing their company's product online. They were going ahead and searching for the product online. Not only that, but they were also trying their best to just find out the codes for their product. Whatever the material they require, they were just putting that on their website, that these are the things which is required by us. Is there anyone in the world who can just supply us at the lowest price? And that's how it started. So that's what it is all about, the e-commerce. Let's understand the evolution of supply chain. So 1910, when Mr. Henry Ford, you must have heard about the Mr. Henry Ford, right? He was the one who has, I can say, given a rise, or maybe given a platform to the supply chain. He was the one who has created the assembly line or the whole supply chain. He was the automobile industry. So what used to happen during that particular year, or during that particular tenure, he used to create a car that is called as a black color T model car. This black color T model cars were prepared in his own manufacturing facility, in his own assembly line, and each and every part of the car, each and every part, mind this word, each and every part of this car were manufactured in-house, whether it is a windshield, whether it is a steering, whether it is a seats, whether it is the headlight, whether it is a tail light, come what may, you think of the part of the car, and it was manufactured online. As a result of which, what was happening, he was supposed to take care of lot many activities, lot many, I can say car. You can imagine manufacturing 15,000 parts in your own organization. It's very difficult thing, but he managed to do that, and as a result of which, he was able to produce only one type of car with the one variant, that is a black colored T model. And that is how he created the revolution of a supply chain, the whole supply, the chain of supply he created. 60 when the Second World War come to an end, and Toyota came into the picture, and they saw that Ford is providing very good car with the all the parts manufacturing in-house. So he said, we want to have something different from it. We want to give lot many product to the customer. How can we do that? And he come up with the phenomenon called outsourcing. Right? You all understand outsourcing. So what he did, he kept the, I can say, development or designing of the vehicle at his end, and assembling of the vehicle at his end. But some of the part, maybe the tire, maybe the windshield, maybe the headlight or a seats or a tail light or kind of thing, which are very difficult to produce in-house, he just outsourced. As a result of which, what happened? As a result of which, he could produce many number of cars. In the first case, you can see the supply chain is owned by the one company, and they were able to produce only one car. But in the second case, they have outsourced little bit of activity, and they could produce many number of car, and they could satisfy the customer very well, right? Not only that, they could satisfy the customer very well, but also they were giving the option to the customer, and customer were very happy, right? We say that in the business, customer is the king, and they were trying their best to satisfy the need of the customer. So after that, third revolution happened. You can just imagine, in the first case, whole I can say the supply chain owned by the single company and only one product. In the second case, some of the activities owned by the company, but lot many product, and customers are happy. But in the third case, what is happening? In the third case, during the 1995 and 2006, Dell computers came into the picture, and they have started selling their computers online. And they were having an n number of the quality or n number of a quantity. You think of the computer, and they will provide it to you. You think of that, I need 100 GB RAM, 200 GB ROM, and kind of thing. Whatever you odd combination you think of, and they will provide you at your doorstep. You don't have to go to him. You don't have to go to his store. You don't have to go to anywhere else. You are supposed to sit in your comfort zone, just log in online, the order, give your combination to him, give your assembly thing to him, and he will provide the computer to you at your doorstep. As a result of it, this made he was getting only one product. In the second case, customer was getting good number of a product, but it was still he was not happy. But in the third case, the portfolio was diversified like anything. You can think of thousands of a combination, you can get the thousands of a combination, and that's how they have revolutionized the supply chain. First case, no outsourcing. Second case, some amount of outsourcing. In the third case, that is in the Dell case, it's the everything it outsourced, everything, only assembly was them with them. As a result of which, what happened, customers were highly satisfied, and Dell is known for the customer satisfaction and customer delight. And that is how Dell has captured the whole market. And now at present, the fourth revolution is going on. What is that fourth revolution is all about? Its fourth revolution is nothing but each and every common man who is doing some kind of a transaction online, because of the IT system, because of the network system provided by the government, because of the IT revolution, because of the mobile phone revolution, because of the penetration power of the internet. As a result of which, each and every one of us, whether it is a bajiwala, whether it is the hotel wala, whether it is a dudwala, whether it is a professor like us, whether it is a student like you, all are on the same platform. They can do each and every activity which each and every person. So power is given to the customer at present in the e-commerce industry. Right? So power is given to the customer in the e-commerce industry, as a result of which the e-commerce is booming like anything. And people like us who are a millennial, who born after 1986 or 1987, they all are love to buy online. I myself love to buy online. I'm telling you, you'll not believe. For last 6 or 7 years, I have never been to the retail store. Though I am staying in Mumbai, though I'm nearby lot many malls and all. I do go to the mall. I do go to the shops and all, but I never buy. I do only window shopping. Reason behind that is I am getting great amount of discount. I'm getting everything at my comfort zone. I'm getting everything at my, I can say, opinion, right? My color, my choice, my size, everything I'm getting online, and that is why I am doing it online. But I was thinking, one day I was sitting and thinking, we are talking about the e-commerce boom, e-commerce boom, e-commerce boom, but it is, e-commerce is all about online thing, right? But what about the back end thing, right? E-commerce is something like that. It is a directing the people, it is directing the thought of the people, it is directing the order, it is directing the logistics, what do you call it, as the phenomenon. But actually a real thing is happening, or real tasks are performed on the road, on the floor, because people are moving those things. There is someone to move the product, there is someone to manufacture the product, there is someone to distribute the product, and that is where supply chain came in the picture. So whenever we talk about the what do you call, e-commerce sector, the 20% is the online thing, but 80% is the nothing but your supply chain. And that is why I have kept the evolution of a supply chain in retail logistics in India. Because see, B2B, whatever the B2B things are happening, or B2B businesses are happening, those are for the businesses and they can afford to do all those things. But people like us who don't have the great backup, who are just dependent on their earning, right? They don't have the great backup to just think of and buy the product or design the product. But the e-commerce is giving that liberty to us, the privilege to us. And that is how, and how it is performing like that. It is performed because of the supply chain, which is performing behind it or on the back end. E-commerce is the front office, or the website is the front office. The back office is nothing but your supply chain. Yeah, back office is nothing but your supply chain. So now I can tell you that the people who are thinking of going ahead and doing the specialization in operations or supply chain or project management, or think of like that, they have a great opportunity in future. Or not only in future, at present also there is a dearth of the people who understand the supply chain. There is a dearth of the people who understand the logistics. There is a dearth of the people who understand the warehouse management. There is a dearth of the people who understand the routing of the vehicle and kind of thing, right? So let's go ahead and understand how the supply chain evaluated, or retail logistic evaluated in India in 1970s, when there were we were like, in I can say, we have just independent, and if we were a poor country, we don't had the great population. So that is why the supply chain was very small, supplier to shops or the retailer, and it is coming to the consumer. Only two nodes were there. But in 1980, the one node was installed in between, which is talking about the distribution system. It is talking about the bifurcation of the order, because the number of a population was increasing. Not only the number of a population were increasing, number of products were increasing. Not only that, the number of products were increasing, but number of suppliers were also increasing, as a result of which, to manage this flow, they have to install one node in between, that is called as the distribution center. But in 1990, when Dr. Manmohan talked about the LPG, that is a liberalization, privatization, and globalization, all the entity from the foreign were coming to India, and they started doing business in India. Prior to that, no one was allowed to do business in India, as a result of which a lot of people were facing many problems. And I can say priorly, or you can say genuinely, customers were suffering. But in after the 1990, when many company came into the India, the whole supply chain scenario has been changed. Two more nodes were installed, where the product were coming from the foreign country, and then it was get distributed at the distribution center for a retail. One more node to be added, because many suppliers were there, and again the population was increasing, and that is the reason the two more nodes were introduced. And final, last but not the least, after the 2000, lot many nodes were introduced, because all the e-commerce company, whether it is the Amazon, whether it is a Flipkart, whether it is any of the company you think of, and they are trying to create their own supply chain. They are trying to create their own distribution center, or the sorting center, or maybe the final or end of the delivery center. All of them they are creating on their own, and as a result of which lot many nodes were introduced. So whenever you are introduced so many nodes, there has to be some people who are managing it, and that is where the supply chain manager, that is where the operation manager, and that is where the people who understand the operations in supply chain are very much important, right? So this is how the whole supply chain evaluated in retail logistics in India. So let us understand few of the formats of the retail logistics. So we can go ahead and how the whole retail industry, or the e-commerce retail industry, or e-tailing industry is working. So let's go ahead, and first model is nothing but we call it as the inventory led model. Ma'am, next slide please. Is there anyone who can just change my slide? Yeah, okay. So inventory led model. So what used to happen in this? Why I'm saying used to happen, because now people are not following the one model of inventory led model. They are having some hybrid structure or so. So priorly, what used to happen, I'm talking about prior to 2015, 6 years back or 7 years back, e-commerce company were buying the inventory, they were keeping those inventory in their warehouse, and then they were selling it to them. So ownership was changing. Priorly, the ownership was with the company, brand management company, or the branding company, or a manufacturing company. Then that were coming to the e-commerce. So ownership has changed, and from there the product is going to the customer. So priorly, e-commerce used to buy it, keeping at their end, and then it used to buy it, sell it to the customer. As a result of which, lot many hustles and bustles were there, because you must have heard about the big billion day of 2015 or 2014, where lot many hustle and bustle were there. The company was unable to provide their customer the product on time, because they have expected 10 lakh orders in that particular day, but they have received more than that. They have received 10 times of crore of order in that day, and they were unable to meet the customer expectation. And that is why they had to go for a new model that I'm going to talk afterward. But in inventory led model, what happened? It's when the company sources it directly from the brands and sell that particular stock. The seller in the e-commerce company, and invoice seller is the e-commerce company, and invoice is on the name of the e-commerce company. You can just check out the bill if you have. Prior to 2015 or so, in those bill, the seller was Flipkart or Amazon or any of the company. Or which was that company? I forgot the name. That company. So those are the company who were selling on their name. But nowadays, whenever you see the order, it is not on the Flipkart name. It is on the name of the distributor who are selling that particular product to you, or the company. Maybe the Dell is directly selling to you. So on the name of the Dell, it is going to coming to you, but not on the name of, yeah, it is a Snapdeal. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So the I can say that it is coming from on the name of the company at present, which is selling or which is a distributor. But priorly it is coming from the Flipkart, priorly it is coming from the Snapdeal, priorly it is coming from the Jabong, so on and so forth. Right? It was an inventory-led model, and how the supply chain was working. Ma'am, can you go to the next slide, please?
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, so over here you can just see order is placed on the web portal, then it is going to the inventory led model, the warehouse which is occupied by this company, and the product is going to your nearby warehouse, then delivery hub, and then it is reaching to you. And that is how the whole supply chain was going on. But they have realized the repercussion of it, keeping the lot many inventory with them. It is very difficult task, very hefty task, inventory carrying costs. There would be shrinkages, there is obsolescence, and lot many things were, lot many repercussions were there. And they have decided to come up with the new model, which is called as the inventory less model or the marketplace model. You understand the marketplace? Yeah. Next slide, please, ma'am. Okay, so in the marketplace model, what they did, they decided we don't want to keep any inventory with us. We don't want to block our capital there. We want to sell the product directly to the customer from the distributor. We will be the facilitating party. We will be work as an agent. We will not be going to have the ownership of any product. And that is how this has happened. The pure e-commerce marketplace model follows the era, zero inventory model. They don't keep any kind of inventory with them. The company acts as the meeting ground for the buyers and sellers without storing the goods. It offers shipping and payment assistance by tying up the selected logistics players, and or maybe, what this company do, they work as in catalyst, they work as an agent in between, but also they sometimes provide the logistics as well as the payment gateway thing to the company, because some of the point, those companies are very small company and companies. For them it is very difficult to create the whole logistics system. Not only logistics system, also very difficult to create the payment gateway. So this company, this marketplace model is doing, not only giving you the platform to sell your product, but also providing you with the logistic support as well as the gateway support or payment gateway support, and how these companies are working. And this is how the whole thing were happening in the marketplace model. And the best example for this is the eBay, Naptol, Shopclose, and all those companies. And that is why at this company place you will see the product at the lowest cost or lowest price. This is only the reason. And but no company follow the marketplace model or the inventory led model. The pure inventory led model or a pure in marketplace model, they follow the I can say amalgamation of both, hybrid model. Why they follow the hybrid model? Because there are some products which can be easily maintained at their end, and that is why they are doing that, and they are following the what you call amalgamated model. Ma'am, can we go to the next slide? Yeah, this is the I can say what you call the logistic system of the marketplace model. How the vendors and retailer are selling their product to the marketplace. They are posing their product to the marketplace or displaying the product to the marketplace, and then it is going to the warehouse and then directly going to the customer. But all the company thought that both these models can't be, I can say, going ahead. Okay. Hybrid model is nothing but someone has asked something that I need to elaborate on the hybrid model. So companies are see, sometimes what happen, if you are having the high ticket model or high ticket products, you will not be able to maintain those inventory at your end. But there are products which are, say, the cell phone or headphones, or maybe the your jack wire, or maybe the your USB code and all, which are costing you 50 or 100 rupee. You can maintain those inventory at your end, and that is how you are maintaining the inventory of the product which are easily maintained by you. And which are the high ticket product, those inventories are not maintained by you, it is maintained by your supplier. And that is how it is happening. And in some cases, how it is happening, whenever you are supposed to provide the 1-day delivery or prime customer, for that you will keep the model I can say the inventory with you. Otherwise, wherever you are supposed to provide the product after a 6 days or a 5 days or a 4 days, for that you will follow the simple that inventory which is available at the distributor end. But for the prime customer, you will keep the inventory with you. Have I answered your question, sir? Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and see the one more model. Two more models are there in the market, and that is called as the hyper-local market. Do you all understand hyper-local delivery model? It is nothing but the hyper-local is nothing but the people who are surrounding you, people who are in your nearby geography. So this particular e-commerce work in that particular geography only. Say for the Mumbai, so there are 3 regions are there: suburban Mumbai, central Mumbai, and harbor Mumbai. So this particular marketplace model will work in that particular region only, not in the other region. Maybe in Gujarat, if we are talking, there would be a Vadodara, there would be a Surat, there would be a Bharuch, there would be a Ahmedabad, or so on and so forth. That particular marketplace model will work in that particular region only, and that is called as the marketplace model. Okay, so this is how it is happening. So for this, examples are the Zomato, Swiggy, then your car, Zoom car, maybe the example for this. Then your Ola is the example for this, and the Uber is the example for this. They will provide this service to the customer who are sitting in that particular vicinity only, who are living in that particular vicinity only. They will not go beyond that particular region. They will provide the product in that vicinity only, and their suppliers are also sitting in that particular vicinity. They would not be outside the vicinity. All of you are getting my point? So they are connecting the supplier and customer who are sitting in the particular vicinity. Okay, so this is how the hyper local model is working, and in this model, deliveries are happening within 30 minutes to 2-3 hours. Small ticket products, not every time it is the high ticket product, and most of the time in this kind of a delivery are restaurant deliveries, then maybe your car services, then maybe any kind of the housemaid services, or any kind of the housekeeping services, or small services which are very low ticket. And that is how this hyper local delivery model is working. And it is very much important nowadays, because it is not only giving the service to the nearby, but it is also I can say including, there is an inclusion of the lot many people who have lost their business because of the e-commerce. The people who have lost their business because of the e-commerce company, and who thought of that they are going to lose their business because of the e-commerce, but hyper delivery model is helping them to be a part of the e-commerce. Yeah, and let's see the higher supply chain of the hyperlocal model. This is the supply chain of the hyperlocal model. Customer is placing the order on the app, and from the app it is directed to the customer or the supplier who is available in that particular vicinity. Your logistic partner provider, or maybe the logistic boy or the executive, will reach there within 10 or 15 minutes, and then that would be directly supplied to the customer within 30 minutes, or to the by or 2-3 hours. Or maybe nowadays it is Blinkit, right? Blinkit from Grofers, it only 10 minutes. It may provide you the product within a 10 minutes. And this is how the whole supply chain is working. Yeah, that is why I was talking about the supply chain in the e-commerce sector. The whatever you are seeing, whatever you are watching online, whatever the app you are doing, whatever the calling you are doing, whatever the things are happening to you, or whatever is visible, that is only 20%. But the real backend thing is happening at the that is the supply chain, and that is the 80% of the whole business, the 80% activity of the whole business, right? Okay, and why I'm saying this, the 80% activity of the whole business, because over here the cost of the product is there, I'm not denying about it, but the cost of the delivery also is really very high. Yeah, whenever you are just reversing the product, or you are resending the product, the delivery cost is the double of the delivery once you are receiving that product. So the delivery cost is really very high, and people are working really very hard to reduce this delivery. And that is very much important for the company to survive. And that is why whether it is a Flipkart, whether it is any of the e-commerce company, they are unable to reach the break-even point because of this logistics cost only, right? So to reach the break even for this company, to reduce the logistics cost is very much important. Yeah, Amazon is also one of them. See, for Amazon, it is something like that. It is not only in the what do you call e-commerce business. It is having a lot many businesses with him, right? It is having the IT system, it is having the cloud computing, it is having the lot many business. As a result of which, what he is doing, the person is doing, he is just I can say the pushing the money in this business. As a result of which, near future, whether after the 10 years or 15 years, this business would be I can say the basic for each and everyone would like to be the part of this particular business. And that is why he is just creating the habits to the customer. Yeah, you must have seen, you are getting great amount of discount on e-commerce. Why it is there? It is to create the habit into the customer to buy online. Yeah, because otherwise we are very hesitant to buy online, because we do not trust anyone, because we are paying money for it. And we should not trust. Why should we trust? But they are to create that trust factor, they are giving us lot many discounts, they are giving us lot many cashbacks, they are giving us lot many, I can say schemes where we can easily get into the trap. That's what I can say. Ma'am, can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, after that, one more system is there, which is also called, which I have not kept it over here. It is because I got only one. I thought it may be longer, but it is going very fast. So last system is nothing but the omni-channel retail. Omni-channel retail is nothing but where you are combining the retail, e-commerce, as well as this hyperlocal, everything together and creating the system that is called as the omni-channel retail or omni-channel e-commerce, where you can buy the product online, you can return the product offline, you can buy the product offline, you can return the product online, you can buy the product in India, you can resell, or you can say the return the product in Africa or America, so on and so forth. Not only then, you can repair your product somewhere else and kind of thing. Lot many thing can happen. Yeah, this is what Future Group is doing in Mumbai. You can buy the product from any of their what do you call supermarket, and you can return it to any of the supermarket, right? This is how it is happening. So they are trying their best. How the bank systems are connected to each other, not only offline as well as the online, that is how they are trying their best to connect these retail system and the online system together, and they are trying to create the omni channel where the retail or e-commerce is present each and every places or everywhere it is present. You think of and you can get it and you can go it and do it. Yeah, and then in I can say the in banking system it is happening, right? You think of the doing the transaction, you can do it then and there very fastly, and that is how they are thinking of coming up with the, not coming up with it, but they are already doing this particular thing, that omni-channel retail, and it is happening in India also nowadays, in US and Canada, and there it is already in existence, but in India also it is happening. So this is how it will happen as the customer matures, as the customer understand the system, and then the omni-channel retail would be in the place. Okay, so let us understand the some pros and cons of the marketplace model and inventory led model. Yeah, marketplace model are the highly scalable model, right? Because you don't have to carry anything, you are just facilitator, you are just agent, and that is why. While in the case of the inventory led model, it is difficult to scale up. It is very difficult to scale up. While in the case of a marketplace model, you can provide a wide range of product portfolio, you can provide millions and billions of product online. But in the inventory-led model, you can't. Whatever the inventories are available with you, those inventory only you can put in online. Otherwise, you can't. Right? Right? It is an inventory-friendly model. Obviously, marketplace model is an inventory-friendly model because you're not keeping that particular thing with you. Right? Let's understand the pros of the inventory-led model. Speeder delivery, right? Inventory-led model, because inventory is already available with you. You can just deliver the product within few minutes or few hours or within a day, right? It is a better quality control, seller product. Yeah, absolutely. In the inventory-led model, it is a better quality control because you know the quality of the product. There would be very less chances of reverse logistics or return of the product, because you are going to check the quality. In marketplace model, we don't know our distributor is going to check the quality or not, and that is what the biggest problem there. Second is the best consumer experience. Absolutely, it is the best consumer experience because whatever I have best thing, I will sell that. Otherwise I will not sell it. Let us understand the cons. Yeah, cons for the marketplace model: difficult to conduct the quality check. Yeah, absolutely, it is very difficult to conduct the quality check at the distributor end. Second, it is shipping costs are really very high. Because why the shipping costs are really very high? Because your supplier may be sitting somewhere in the northeast and your customer is sitting somewhere in the Gujarat, and delivering the product at 50 rupees is very difficult. It's impossible sometime, but they are doing it. They are doing it. Most of the time they are doing it. Yeah, or some of your seller is sitting in Kutch doing the bandhani thing, and someone want that bandhani somewhere in Delhi or maybe in the Kashmir. How it is possible? But they will provide you, and that is where the shipping cost is getting higher and higher. Difficult to build the customer trust and the loyalty. Yeah, absolutely, it is very difficult to build the customer trust, because I'm telling you, I was the loyal customer to Flipkart, but because of this marketplace model, I got two defected product. After that, I can say I have lost my trust in the Flipkart, and I'm not buying anything from Flipkart. I have switched now. That's how it is happening. Let us understand the con of the inventory led model. Difficult to scale up, I said. High fixed cost. Obviously, whenever you are having so many inventory with you, you should be having the warehouses, you should be having the people who are handling those inventory, people who are handling those warehouses, you should be having the lot many I can say overheads, maybe the electricity, maybe the facility layout, maybe the number of a warehouse, and or maybe the material handling system, and all those things. So high cost, high fixed cost. And third is the restricted cash flow. Obviously it is a restricted cash flow because my cash flow, my capital is blocked into my inventory. My capital is blocked into my inventory. Can we go ahead, ma'am, please? So these are the players who are doing really, really great thing in the whole, I can say, the marketplace model scenario, or maybe the e-commerce scenario. These are the new players who have come up with the delivery system where they are ready to do the reverse logistics. They are ready to do the what you call cash on delivery thing. They are ready to do the card on delivery thing. They are ready to create. Take the payment from the customer. They are ready to take the owners on them, and that is how they are working. Not only that, what used to happen when new era was introduced in India, the product were delivered 10 days back, 13 days later, or maybe the sometime it used to take a month or so on and so forth. So as a result of which they were unable to survive the market. And then they have come up, they thought of that we need to have some kind of logistics system with us which can deliver the product within a few days or within a few hours. And that's how this e-commerce players or e-tailers or e-tailer captive e-commerce logistics company came into the picture. Those are the e-card, Eco Express, Shopcard Delivery, and all this company. Not only that, the Indian Postal Services also has started their services for the e-commerce company. You can believe, yeah, right? You can't be. I was, when I saw that, when I thought of and when I read about it, I was unbelievable. It was unbelievable for me because the postal services are one of the services which we do not look up to. But nowadays they are also facing great amount of competition, and they are also into the business now. Let's go ahead, ma'am. Let's go ahead. Yeah, these are the same players who are a lot many new players who are doing the logistics things for them. Yeah. Can we go down, please? Yeah. So yeah, these are the key features of the any supply chain, e-commerce supply chain. Which are those? Faster delivery. That's what I was talking about. Faster delivery is very much important. We all are so impatient nowadays. We know we want a product within a day, within 2 or 3 days, or latest by a week. If we don't get, we will cancel the order. I myself did that. And that is how the faster delivery is the key for any supply chain or e-commerce supply chain. Second is the cash management is very much important, because for a cash management as well as for a fund management, you are relying on the third party. And that is where very, very, very difficult part is coming into the picture. And that is how the company have to cope up with them, or they are creating their own system. And last but not the least is the reverse logistics, what I talked about, to reduce the reverse logistic cost. Because say I have bought the USB cable, which is costing me 100 rupee. The delivery cost of it was 25 rupee while it was sent to me. Right, then there was some problem in that. I have returned that back, and the delivery cost is, again, the returning cost is 50 rupee. So the out of 100 rupee, they are supposed to pay the 100 rupee to me back, and 75 rupee is minus in their account. You can imagine. And that is why reverse logistics is the headache for any of the logistics company, and they are working on that, how to just create some model or the system where the reverse logistics can be easily managed, or managed at the lowest cost. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, ma'am, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. Okay, so these are the unique challenges between the what do you call? Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, we have time, right? Sapna, ma'am? Okay, no worries. Okay, so there
Yes,
are...
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We have 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So I have only 2 slides more, so we can do after that. Okay. okay, unique challenges posed to the e-commerce company. Traditional, you can just check out that there is a traditional logistics company and e-commerce. So prior companies were doing only in bulk. Nowadays you want small parcels, right? That is why you are seeing that there on the road who are delivering small packages, right? Second is the customer is the strategic customer, because we know that we have a product and people are going to buy it come what may. But nowadays customers are unknown. Are they sitting in my vicinity? Are they sitting in some other state, or are they sitting in some other country? We don't know. Second is the demand style. It was a push style. There you are producing the product, you are keeping the product available for them in the retail store, in the distributor end, and people were buying it. Now it is not like that. The products are there at the manufacturing end, and it is a pull by the stock, pull by the customer. They think of buying it, and then they will, I can say, place the order, and then and there only product would be pushed from the manufacturing end. Otherwise, they will not push the product. Okay. Third point is the inventory or order flow would be the unpredictable, or ma'am, what it is? I'm sorry, I am unable to see that properly. Unidirectional and bidirectional, right? Priorly it was a unidirectional. There was a very less amount of what you call reverse logistics. Because nowadays reverse logistics is more than around 50%. Or I can say a few years back when I was doing my study, it was not doing my PhD coursework. During that time it was around 30%, but now it is around 40 to 50%. So you can imagine how the reverse logistic is creating problem, right? The average order would be very high cost, while in the case of the average order would be very low cost. Destination are centralized. In the case of the e-commerce company, the destinations are dispersed. They are highly dispersed, right? Demand would be the stable, while in the case of the e-commerce, demand would be the going up and down. There is a lot many I can say ups and downs are there, right? Last but not the least, accountability is only one person is going to take the accountability, or in this case of the e-commerce, everyone has some accountability to carry on, right? So you are supposed to take the accountability, right? Next slide, please. Can I see the next slide, ma'am? Sapna ma'am, can I see the next slide?
Yeah, just give me a moment, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. That's the last slide, I think so.
Yeah, just give me a moment, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. So that's the last slide. Yeah. So that's the last slide. Yeah. Okay. Let it be so. Last slide was also some repetitive points, but very important points, and that's how it is all about the e-commerce. So there are mainly 4 formats: inventory-led model, marketplace model, hyperlocal model, and last but not the least, it's an omni-channel model. And that is how the whole e-commerce industry is playing the game. And the key takeaway is over here is the actual e-commerce what we are seeing, or what we are watching, or what we are observing is only 20%. The real e-commerce is on the back end, on the supply chain end. Yeah, ma'am. No needed. Accepted. No needed now. Okay, so we need it at the end. So at the back end, the actual supply chain is happening, and 80% of the e-commerce is with the supply chain company who are managing those, I can say, delivery system. And that's all from my side. And I would like to close with the quote of one of the legend businessman. Ma'am, can we see the last slide, 19th one? Yeah, the quote is talking about, yeah, I'm sorry. In the end, business all comes down to the supply chain versus supply chain. So why the Amazon is, I can say, getting business in India, or they are coming into the picture in India, because their supply chain is so smooth, and they are the experienced player, and they are providing the product so fast and so smoothly and with the good quality. And that is why the supply at the end, whenever it is the e-commerce era, is going to be there for next 30 years at least. And there, the supply chain versus supply chain, whatever the kind of user interface you create, but the supply chain is going to play the bigger role in any of the e-commerce. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much for a patient listening.
Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful listening to you and knowing various aspects of all these models. We have with us Professor Tushar Pradhan, and he will be putting up some questions, relevant questions, so that students can be benefited out of it.
Sure, ma'am.
I would like to request Professor Tushar. Sir, are you there?
Yes, sir is there. Yes, sir. Sir, you are on mute, I think so. I am unable to hear you. Or your mic is not connected, maybe. And you can stop sharing, no worries.
Okay, all right, sir. I think he got disconnected a little.
Yeah,
If any,
yeah.
all right. If any of these students have got a question, can please unmute yourself one by one and go ahead. I think Tushar sir had joined in.
Yeah.
Students in the meanwhile can also put up, write the questions in the chat box.
Am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, yeah, just one question that you talked about inventory-led model and market scalable model. Yeah.
Marketplace model.
So you talked about scalability in one case, and in case of inventory, you said it's like a fixed nature kind of thing. So
Yeah.
what do you think coming in the future, at least Indian perspective, what kind of models will fit? Is it inventory-led models, market scalable models, or mixed fit, or and if it is mixed, then how it will go ahead? Like, will there be AI thing and so on?
So at the end, I have closed with the remark of that omni-channel retailing and omni-channel e-commerce kind of. So that would be the future, and I can say that would be the ruling for the next 30 years at least. And there, the marketplace as well as the inventory-led model will play a great role.
Okay.
It
And
is amalgamation of both, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of opportunities can our students expect? Like, suppose we start our retail management and retail marketing kind of new specializations. So, do we think that there will be futures in such place for?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. They need to learn few things. They need to learn the data analytics for that, right? They need to learn the customer or what you call is online marketing, what you call digital marketing, what you call about. Third, they are supposed to learn the basics of operations management and supply chain management. If the combination of these three things are with them, they can be hired by any of the retail or the e-commerce company.
Yeah. And what is your expectation that will the coming trend be more towards online, or offline will still sustain in terms of retail?
Offline is going to be sustained in the omni-channel retailing, sir, and it is going to be, because that is why the hyperlocal came into the picture. Whenever about the small kirana store and all those things, there may be some problem. But whenever you are talking about the supermarkets, whenever you are talking about the big player like in DMart and Flipkart, Future Group and kind of thing, they are going to be there for I can say whole life. See, online what happens? Online you can just move the things, your thoughts here and there. There has to be someone who can move the inventory down there, and these are the players who are going to move the inventory down there on the floor. And these are the retail store which will play a role of, I can say, key delivery system or maybe the final purchase point.
Okay. And one last thing, sir. You just stressed that here supply chain will has much more get stress. It is having a center focus in this type of omni-channel or online things. Yeah. So, will the role of marketing be slightly reduced, or it will still be enhanced?
So it has to be there now, because marketing has to be there. Why? Because many companies are going to come online. So the best practice in the marketing will I can say attract the customer. Otherwise, how you will attract the customer?
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So
thank you very much.
So job is going to increase for each and everyone there, because it is highly competitive market, and highly skilled people are required there. Come what may, because people who are not doing proper study at present, they would be there as in sales manager, not more than that. उनको जाके बाद में
Okay.
सेल्स ही करना पड़ेगा. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And it was a great knowledge sharing session, and you have given great insights. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And
sir.
over to you, Sapna madam. Yeah, over to
Yeah,
you, sir.
ma'am, there is one
Thank you
question
so
from
much.
Simran. Simran. Yeah, ma'am. Simran, it is nothing but the combination of inventory-led model plus the what do you call marketplace model. So, what e-commerce player will do, he will keep some inventory with him to provide the what you can say prime delivery or one-day delivery and kind of thing. Otherwise, things are going to happen like that only what is happening at present. So, not to worry. Okay. Anything else from my side, ma'am? Required from my side?
I think there were a lot of information. The session was loaded with information. And thank you, Tushar sir, also for putting up very interesting questions. I hope that the students and all the viewers on Facebook also must be enjoying the session and must have got a little bit of understanding on the models you have discussed with elaborate examples. Thank you, Professor Rupesh, for taking us through the evolution model of supply chain and retail logistic. And thank you for letting us know about the various models like inventory, market model, and hyper local market delivery model. We hope to have you again, sir. Because the talk you had been wonderful for marketing and operations students. Am I right, Professor Tushar?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely, madam. Definitely,
all
madam. We
right.
would like you to have again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
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 So with
Thank you.
this, I think, yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me and patient listening.
Thank you so much, sir, and have a wonderful year ahead. And thank you all the participants in Google Meet and Facebook. And we are going to come up with a lot of interesting webinars this year and in coming week also. So stay tuned, stay connected, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much, Professor Rupesh, and thank you,
Thank
Professor
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tushar.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.